Okay, so there were some other questions from the Q&A post that really caught my attention, and I want to bring it up in this video here. It's going to be a total of 2 questions. One is going to be regarding Lewandowski and his performance in this season, and the other one is going to be about Eric Garcia as a CDM. It is going to be a very interesting video. There's a lot that we do have to discuss. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys are FC Barcelona fans, this is going to be the channel for you. This is where we do talk about everything in regards to FC Barcelona when it comes to transfer news, player analysis, match reviews, match previews, and everything in between. So I am so excited to make this video, and so let's get started. And we do have a question coming from SGBSTRNCTCHR, and he has asked, do you think Lewandowski should stay after this season at Barcelona? His performance has dipped considerably after coming back from injury. Also, who should replace him? And so let's talk about Lewandowski's performance at Barcelona. So far, I would say that Lewandowski has been doing decent. He has not been in his best level. And yes, he provided an assist against Alaves, also scored a goal against Atlético Club. But since the international break was over, that's basically all he did. Outside of that, Lewandowski provided nothing else. Not to say that Lewandowski has been poor off the ball, but we expect much more from our strikers in general. And you look at his performance against Atlético Madrid, it was not one of his best. Very outside of play, outside of the synergies that we have been building all around the pitch. The last time he truly had a good game was against Celta Vigo, where he scored a hat-trick, and Barcelona won 4-2. It was back on November 9th, 2025. It was once again a really good performance, not that far from today, but all in all, he has been very inconsistent. You also combine the fact that he has been out injured for about a month and a half. We expect much more from Lewandowski, and I do think that even though I know that he's going to score more goals as months do come by, Barcelona are going to have to make the ultimate decision, and it's leaning towards much more of finding a replacement and then continuing with Lewandowski. Still very good, but we want to always up our level in every season. What Lewandowski is experiencing and what Barcelona is experiencing with him is a slow decline, and that leads us towards the next question. If we were to find a different striker, what type of profile are we looking for? And I think that we should be going for a clinical poacher with strong aerial ability and intelligent movements. It would best complement the group that we do have today, because if you want to understand what type of striker you need to look at the players around the number 9 and what type of profiles you do have. Because Barcelona is a team where when they have Raphinha, they have Rashford, Yamal, Pedri, Frankie, it's a team that likes to capitalize off of high volume of crosses, progressive passes, and shot creating actions. We see that coming through the playmakers, through the wingers, and Barcelona want more. Barcelona want a versatile forward that excels in box positioning, which is something that Lewandowski has, but somebody also who can run in behind. For sure, we have to move away from a pure target man, which is what Lewandowski is slowly becoming, if not he's already is. Because I look at Yamal, I look at Raphinha, they add a lot of emphasis on their dribbling, their crossing, their progressive carries. You also add in the fact that Marcus Rashford, who acts like an inside forward and looks for crosses here and there, much fewer compared to Yamal and Raphinha, but still looks for crosses. They need a better partner. You also add in the fact that Alejandro Balde is becoming much more of a protagonist in the attack, looking to see if he can create 1-2s anywhere, whether he runs through the insides or the outsides. Balde is always looking for his man inside the box. Barcelona have been decent when it comes to through balls, having 35 through balls in the past 15 La Liga matches. It's not one of the best in La Liga, and I think that if you give these players a striker who can run behind the defensive line and make those runs into open spaces, those through balls are going to be increasing because they know that those passes are going to be met. But that also does explain the reliance that these wingers and central midfielders have on crosses and carries. And even though Barcelona are adding more emphasis on crosses, they could be much better at what they do. Barcelona currently rank in 17th place in La Liga when it comes to accurate crosses per 90 minutes, and the cross success is 26.9. It's not one of the best. You give Barcelona somebody like Erling Haaland or a Julian Alvarez or Kane or whatever, right? Barcelona's crossing success and the amount of crosses they do per 90 is going to increase infamously. You also add in the through balls that they want to implement but can't really. It will amplify Barcelona's attack. I mean, like, just look at Barcelona's play against Atlético Madrid here. What was the one thing Barcelona were trying to do in this sequence? They were trying to look for a through ball. Trust me, Barcelona want to do this, and if they can do it more, they would. And Pedri targeted Raphinha because Raphinha is somebody who can run to the open space. Can you imagine adding Raphinha and a 9 who was capable of making those runs in this play here? This was the exact same play that ended in a goal. It was amazing. So Barcelona want that. It's factual. Like, this is something that they strive for because Pedri, Frankie, and others are capable. You also look in this sequence here on the 3rd minute. It was before Barcelona's first goal. You can tell that Barcelona just want to make more passes to the open spaces. Yamal immediately receives the ball after Atlético Madrid lose the ball, and he automatically looks for Raphinha on the other side with a very fast through pass. Once again, you add in somebody like Erling Haaland, for example, who's a master at this, Barcelona's goal scoring chances will amplify 10x. So now let's move on towards the next question coming from from Benjamins456-V, and he has talked about nobody talks about Eric Garcia. Man was underrated. So this is much more of a statement than a question, but I do want to add more emphasis on this because I felt like I did not talk about Eric Garcia enough over the past few videos. But yeah, it's true. Yesterday we started with a double pivot of Pedri and Eric Garcia, and Eric Garcia was immense. He was a man on a mission, somebody who can disrupt play from the opposition, somebody who showed that he is capable as a passer, who completed 40 out of 47 passes and facilitated a lot on the team's build-up play. Garcia was also vital in the defensive contributions, recording 2 recoveries, won 4 out of 6 ground duels, made 4 clearances, and was a effective shield against Atlético Madrid's counterattacks. And let me tell you, Eric Garcia's efforts is going to be rewarded very soon, because it has been said, according to a lot of reliable reports, that Barcelona are going to be extending his contract for more years. And most likely the announcement of Eric Garcia's renewal is going to be taking place next week, maybe first thing on Monday or Tuesday. And I like the story that has been shown between Eric Garcia and Hansi Flick. Ever since Hansi Flick came in, Eric Garcia was playing everywhere. He was playing as a right back, as a center back, and also as a CDM. But I do think that his strongest position is the CDM role when a player like Pedri does play, especially. He played much more as a CDM in the previous season compared to this season that we're in right now, and that's mainly because we have a lot of more CDM options and we need more right back options that can kind of give a player like Jules Koundé some rest. And that is the reason why Eric Garcia has seen the right back position more than the CDM position this season. However, with Koundé rising to his best again, and with Frankie sometimes being out for many reasons, whether it's a red card or a flu like what he had against Atlético Madrid, Eric Garcia always made sure to be a great substitute to Frankie de Jong. And he made sure, like for sure, bro, that we did not miss Frankie de Jong at all, because when Eric Garcia is there with Pedri, we just feel much safer. For some reason, I feel like Pedri does play better with Eric Garcia than with Frankie de Jong, and that is mainly because Eric Garcia knows how to steal the ball and find Pedri immediately. So Pedri looks much more comfortable going forward and finding those through passes, making those runs, and looking to drag a foul. Flick has always praised Eric Garcia's adaptability, and he stated this during the season: "We've been training with him in that position all week. I'm very happy with the level that he is showing." So I'm proud with Eric Garcia's performance. It really started to kick off once he did face Athletic Club back on November 22nd, where Barcelona won 4-0. He played 74 minutes, had 2 dribbles in the game. He had a key high press moment that led towards Fermin Lopez scoring his goal, and then you also back that up again against Atletico Madrid. Eric Garcia is slowly becoming one of the most important players at Barcelona, and he looks very comfortable. I don't see him overthinking his plays at all. But that is it, right? That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.